Good morning, everybody. Oh, sorry, good afternoon, everybody. Lost track of time, obviously. I just looked at the clock and saw it was 1:08. I just want to give a quick update on Brad. Brad is still hanging in there, which is good, because for me, every new day with Brad is an extra blessing. It really is a gift now because we know Brad's time is running out. I don't think I was on yesterday. I can't remember even I was on yesterday or not. But my time, of course, right now is spent with Brad, making sure he is comfortable as possible. The hospice did come round yesterday, the nurse, and it was just more in case of checking a few things and talking to him rather than doing vitals right now. The hospice nurse with COVID-19 will be here once a week, but she has given us, a contact number. We've got one on like a magnet on the fridge for emergencies, and then we also have in a file her number, and so at least we have the pack and contact details. We're also waiting for a medical pack to come, which will stay in the fridge, and it's for when Brad may need extra help and care where we have to call the nurse. So she will tell us if to break the seal, because this thing is sealed, and what drugs to administer and how to do it if need be. But as she is on call 24 hours a day, she will obviously, or another nurse will try and be here as quick as possible. Well, that is there. Also, the medical equipment. They delivered a shower bench, which is way too big for any bath. It's more like it looks like it came from an old hospital because it is really old style. Plus, the seat is actually rather rough. So, if Brad was to slide, as they say, or we tried to slide him, because his skin is that thin, it would literally shred him to pieces. So, we've got these washcloths where you put it in the microwave in a packet and you heat it up for 18 seconds, and literally you can bathe him down with that. And wash him over. So that's what I'll be doing. Because when the hospice nurse asked him if he would like a buddy who would come round and help him bathe and he said no, Robert will do it, and I will, because that's my duty as his husband. And so, but they delivered that. They also delivered a collapsible wheelchair, which would go in the back of the trunk of the Jeep if we need to get him anywhere, maybe like for drainage at Moffat Cancer Centre, or another emergency room, or to go to the hospice building itself. Also, they delivered oxygen, 2 cylinders, and then a machine, which we have like a 25-foot cable. It's actually in the office, and it comes under through the corridor into the bedroom, around to the bed, because it's rather noisy. So when it is on, nobody in the house would be able to sleep. Brad did get up this morning, and he came and sat in the lounge for about 20 minutes. He can't get very comfortable, but he came out and he didn't know what he wanted to eat. So I tried a bit of scrambled egg, which he wanted, and he obviously does not like the taste anymore of that. So then I made him a Pop-Tart chocolate, and he ate half of that. So at least he's had a little something to eat. Plus, I got him some V8 juice. And actually, I need to get him some more because I think he's got one glass left. Also, what else did they do? Chair. Oh, he's got a chair that goes over the toilet, and basically it raises it higher. because the toilet is low. Sometimes you can't get back up. So this chair just sits over the toilet. It's got two arms on it where he can help himself up. But most of the time, I need to go in anyway now to help him up, and I have to help him into bed because even just folding the sheets back over himself is very tough for him because he has no strength. To this morning, I did contact Neptune Funeral Services, but the cost they charge, even just for direct cremation, which is what he wants, was rather expensive, I thought. So Alison, bless her, she gave me yesterday said I'll call Southern Funeral Services here in Riverview, where we're staying, and see what they charge because they're a lot cheaper. So I looked at their website and gave them the number, and they called me this morning. I went outside because I don't really want to upset Brad if he ever hears me. But unfortunately, I'm one of these people who likes to get my ducks in a row kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, so they will be taking over once that day comes, and I will be giving LifePath the details of that. So when we need to, because we have to call them first, and then they call Southern Funeral Home here in Riverview, and then somebody would be out within half an hour to deal with Brad. And it's terrible to think that I have to now start thinking about that, but I really do. There's some things that I'm going to start. I've started to change the name where I can, and other things where I can't right now. But I mean, I'm literally just about to sit down and do the banking because I've taken over that now, which Brad loved to do, and he is so good with numbers. But yeah, I've started doing that now as well. But yeah, there's different things like the TV. We have Hulu and Netflix, which obviously are in his name, which now will come over to my name. And there's things like the car, the tag, the registration and the actual car itself is in my name and his. So I'll just leave his name on there anyway, because it doesn't matter who's paying for it as long as it's paid for. So and just because it's going to become out of my bank account, and it's the same bank details because we have joint bank account. Also, Bronco or Dog, his page is now on my page. I've got a link, and I'm about to do Brad's page as well. Link it to my page, so that way I don't have to go through Brad's laptop to do that. I could just go on his laptop, sort out emails, and anyone who needs to be informed. For everybody asking me about keeping them informed, of course, his family, like Sandra, Michelle, Alison, Kerry, Janice, Art in Philadelphia, people like that will be the first to know when that day comes. And even before I put it on Facebook, of course, because they are our family. Again, I want to thank everybody for your donations to our GoFundMe page. And it literally is now to pay, we've had put stuff on credit cards, medical bills or prescriptions, gas for the Jeep to get Brad back and forth to the hospital. Also our storage cost, because our furniture is in storage. So it pays for bills like that now. And ultimately, funeral costs. The Southern Funeral Services, they charge $7.75 plus tax, plus obviously I'm going to need like 20 death certificates, which are $10 each, and also the doctor that basically signs Brad's death certificate will cost 50 before they, he can even do anything anyway. But for now, Brad is he's just sleeping. He literally does sleep about 21 hours a day. He might wake up to have a little bit to eat, but I get into him and I give him some water or some stuff to try and keep him hydrated. And obviously he wakes up to go to the bathroom, which I obviously help him in with, and get changed into some clean underwear each morning. But apart from that, Brad is asleep 90% of the time. He's in the room now. He's got Friends, which is one of his favourite shows, playing, and which he wanted on. And he sort of wakes up in between little bits for a few minutes and watches a little bit and then falls back to sleep again. But even Brad himself yesterday said he knows he hasn't got long. He can feel it. That time is running out. And I sort of pray now, and you feel bad by doing it, but I feel I sort of pray that Brad would pass peacefully in his sleep, because seeing him in discomfort, I mean, the pain pills do so much. Although they are going to start giving him morphine. But to try and keep him a bit more comfortable. But seeing Brad in pain, I think it's worse. I mean, it's going to be hard losing Brad because he is my soulmate. No one will ever replace him because he really is my everything. But seeing him in pain, yeah, I think it's worse. And that's why I sort of pray that, God and his mum and dad would have mercy on him and not to let him suffer too much anymore. And that he would just, pass away peacefully in his sleep. Because even though it's going to be hard losing him, I think it's harder seeing him like this, where, I have to help him in the bathroom, I have to help him get up, I have to help him feed, and that's something that he never wanted. We even talked about that if we got to that stage where, we're on life support and they said, if I came out or if he came out, where someone would have to be washed, dressed, and bathe him and everything else. We both said that we wouldn't want that anyway. But seeing Brad like this right now is very painful. The only people that he wants around at the moment are what he calls his family, which is true family, which have stuck with him through thick and thin, which is Sandra, Michelle, Alison, Kerry, Janice, Michelle Orlando, you're always welcome, and Johnny. People like that. I know Lorella wanted to come through to see him, but at this time where he's even hardly awake, he needs help to even use the TV remote control a lot of the time because he can't figure out the buttons anymore. Yeah, I just wanted to give an update. I said today is my good day so far. I mean, I've had a few tears this morning, of course, but I'm not totally breaking down apart because I know I need to do the banking, and I want to email the hospice just to let them know that Southern Funeral Home will be dealing with any end of life things. So when that day comes, it can go smoothly. Um, there will not be a funeral because we just can't afford that. Um, I mean, for a funeral service, even just a small, tiny 10-minute funeral service, um, where there's a casket and everything else, you're literally talking 4,000 plus. And Brad's never been religious, even though his family, I think, are Baptists, because he said like they went to a Baptist church every time for a wedding. So Brad is not religious. Yeah, he believes in God and he prays, but he's not religious. At the same time, money wise, because I will still need money to pay for the car and pay different bills and um, also go back to Vegas where I'll be living. And the only reason I'm going back to Vegas is because there's more job opportunity for me. I'd stay here in Florida. I'm going to work for Disney World, but the wages just don't match up with the rents. Maybe even one day in Vegas, if I win the jackpot and win $1 million, like a dream, I'll come back and buy a home next to Disney. But so that's the reason I'm going back. Plus, I said half of Brad's ashes will be scattered at Cocoa Beach, and the other half will be where he grew up, and the other half is coming back with me, and where Bronco and myself and Brad would go and have lunch. It's a beautiful spot. I said it's in our photographs. I'm gonna take a little trowel and dig a hole rather deep and or deepish, and put his ashes in and come back up. And then I'm going to try and find a big boulder enough where I can, well, big enough where I can, move it. I don't want to break my back at the same time, of course. And put it over where his ashes are, so that way I will always know where he is. Anyway, I'm sorry for my rambling, everybody. Once again, thank you everybody for your donations. And it's time for me to go and do the banking. And I'm just going to go and check on Brad one more time before that and make sure he's okay. Love you all. And please do keep Brad in your thoughts and prayers, especially as we're coming to the end, unfortunately. Bye, everybody. Love you all.